we're streaming. I look like a bum today, everybody. Well, seriously. Let's see if I can do this whole thing. Too much stuff. All right. Let's see if this will... Yeah, it looks good. It looks fine. You know what's crazy is when I do these live videos, I'm sorry guys, I look like me. I do these videos. I've been working nonstop this week. Whatever. When I do these videos, so I'll go and I'll edit like videos in helicopters, or we'll go to like sturgeon fishing, or we'll do like all this stuff, and I'll spend like a whole weekend doing this whole trip. We'll do like this rad video. And then I get like 300 or 400, 500 views, maybe, if I'm lucky, right? And then I do videos that I like don't even plan on like streaming in the garage, or what's in my fishing bag. Like, literally the dumbest videos of my life. Sorry, pardon my French, but it is true. And then they get way more views than the edited ones. So I'm kind of learning that my audience likes things more like authentic, I guess, which is cool. So like, I don't really play on these lives. I feel like I should, but I don't. Out here hanging in the garage per usual. I feel like I do all my lives in the garage. This time I just switched the camera around a little bit so you can see me today. Added this little addition to the garage. I love signs, so if anybody wants to send me some rad signs to hang in my garage, this one says, "Camp Quit Your Bitchin', Happy Camper Headquarters." I love this. This is actually my camp trailer, but I decided to, my camp trailer is for sale, my toy hauler. So I pulled this out, because I was like, we might have some people walking through the trailer, and they might not like that, but I love it. I thought it was funny, but I'm like, I'm gonna put that in the garage. I just keep it in the garage, because I like it better here anyways. I got some rad product that's coming out that I'll be linking soon. This is actually a company that's pretty neat. I'll show you guys these just because they're on my desk here. So the Fishing Weed Blocker is one, and they just sponsored me. And I met with the owner this weekend and absolutely fell in love with him. He is just an amazing, beautiful soul. He built this company, older guy, retired, just rad as it could be. And he built this company to sell. His daughter passed away, and so he's hoping that this product will take off, and then her 7 kids that she left behind. So I was like, I am on board with you. I think this is amazing. Like, I want to be on board with this. So we're still working on the links, but I'll get this all posted. Probably I'll post stuff here too. Instagram, Relentless Mama is my biggest page there that I use. I use that more than my Relentless Angler one, so it's Relentless Mama, M-O-M-M-A. And I'll be posting a lot of these, a lot of different products. But this company is so cool. He's got some other really rad things. The Hook Tamer, which is honestly like my favorite, because this is gonna goes on your rod. I did some videos. We have some really cool stuff coming out. But it goes on your rod and it covers your hooks while you're driving or whatever you're doing. If you're walking, just a great little way to make it so like your hooks aren't getting into like the truck or into each other and tangling. So it's a really cool product. I don't know what I'm telling you about all these products, but here you go. Those are just some that were right here on my desk that I'm super excited about. I've had a ton of brands sending me different gear, like sunglass companies, guns, ammo, all that fun stuff, like tons in the fishing space, just so much stuff lately. And I've just been kind of trialing and airing things to see like what I like the very most. So, yeah, all right, we have some comments. Oh, cool, I got some comments on here. You got some comments done this morning, going to fish some catfish nuggets for dinner. I love it. Love catfish. So fun. My boys love catfishing. We use frozen shrimp. Give that a try. It's money. And then like liver. You can get like liver, bloody liver. That works really well for catfish too. We fish Jordan River here in Utah all the time. It just like slam. Yeah, so these other products are really rad. I'm so excited for you guys. The Hook Tamer is probably one of my favorite products I've come across, because as a mama with 3 boys, like I'm so hard on our gear. I am not easy on it. I'm not super duper organized. I'd love to tell you that I am, but I'm chasing 3 boys. I've got a 15-year-old boy that's in basketball and doing all these things. He's killing it. He's amazing. And my 6-year-old twin boys are just wild as ever. They race dirt bikes. They're busy dudes. All my boys love to fish. And when we go in the car to go like fishing, it's usually like, all right, we're going fishing right now. Everybody load in, grab a bunch of rods and throw them in the truck. And those hooks and those lines like always get just like tangled to shit, right? And so that Hook Tamer, I'm personally really stoked about. And I think that's going to do really well. But I'm more excited about what the product is going to do. And so we did a little YouTube on those products with this owner, you guys, and it was just, his story is just beautiful, and I really hope that we can help his family. And I want to be really particular who I choose. I want to work with people that not only have great products that I feel like I can actually stand behind and I truly enjoy, but also really rad humans, because you buy from small businesses and it's a family, it's a person, it's those people around you that are creating a lifestyle, and what you buy goes back into that, right? And so it's pretty cool to see that. Anyways, I don't know what else you guys want to say. I think I got only a couple people on here, whatever, for right now. But I always get more views on these lives later, so it's pretty cool. I got Eric Clark. Hi, Eric. Thanks for being here. Thanks for commenting. I appreciate you. These lives are kind of fun for me, just to throw something up, kind of give you guys the update. Getting excited. I gotta go hurry and finish my hunter safety. Gotta go get my tag this week, and or this week or next, or next couple weeks. I have a long range course coming in Wyoming with Gunworks, and I'm stoked for that. Gunworks is cool, and the owner over there decided to pick me up to work with me on this project, and I'm just so excited and so grateful, because every brand that works with me, I'm really transparent with them about me. In the past, I've had an OF, or I've had these things, and I shut those things down, and I decided to basically jump ship entirely and to drop all of my income and all of these things to rebuild, and to do this the right way, in the way that's in alignment with my soul and with God. And I know that with me telling brands or people that I work with that, hey, this is a potential, this is a part of my past, like it could be found on the internet. There's different things. There's different, I'm always very transparent with people about where I've been and where I'm going, and I would want that as a brand as well. And so, oh, sorry, I just saw a comment. Thanks, Clayton. Thanks for being on here. I appreciate you. Yeah, so I just was really stoked that Gunworks and some of these other brands, Utah Guns, Legendary Aviation Company, Coffee Company, this guy, the one that I just showed you with the rock tamer, and what can I think of it? Anyways, all of these companies so far are really rad, and I've just barely been scratching the surface, and just excited to be teaming up with really awesome humans and awesome products. So. Okay, I'm just a little chatty Cathy over here. I really need to go mow my lawn. I gotta go upload a bunch of content today. I have so much due for different brands that needs to get edited. It's one of the things as a creator, I'm also really transparent about what I'm doing, what I'm building. I post stories all the time on my Instagram and things. Some of I used to have a whole team. When I had an OF in the agency and the things that I ran with that, I had a whole team of people working for me. I also had cleaners, I had handymen that helped me, and as a single mom, I had all these girls that helped me, in different parts of the business and different parts of the DMs and the this and that and this, just shooting content, editing, whatever it might be. And now it's just me, and so I'm kind of at this point where I may have to take some of my savings to invest into people to help me edit. And I can shoot my own content for now, so I don't need a videographer necessarily. But for someone to edit, and I need someone that can help me on some sales things right now, because I'm getting so many brands that are reaching out to me. I can't keep up with those. I can't keep up with doing the content all by myself and doing all of the comments and the DMs. And there's just so much more that goes behind it that people don't know. And I get a lot of questions asking how I've been growing on YouTube and other channels, not only from other creators, but from other brands. Some of these brands too that are coming to me, I'm helping them build out their marketing program to some degree, because they may be new in the space, and to help them understand different ways that they could get their products out there. So I created an app. I spent 10 grand on it earlier this year, and built out an app called misfitcreators.com. So for those of you that are looking to build on social media, whether it's for your brand and you have a product, or as yourself as a creator, or you're hey, I would love to be a creator. Literally anybody can grow right now. Organic growth is unbelievable. And so I created that program so I can go through and give people, help them with their social media and how to do that, and give them tips and tricks and whatever. And so I created that earlier this year. I didn't do much with it, but I'm getting so many DMs and questions about how do I build my brand, and how do I do this, and how do I go on social, and how do I go viral or whatever. How do I create content? Where do we put our brands? How do we connect with influencers? How do we do affiliates? How do we do this? How do we do paid ads? Whatever it might be. And so that's kind of something that I created that for, and I'm going to focus on that a lot. That's another thing this week that I've got to really get into, but I'll be doing a lot of lives on there. It's $100 a month, $99 a month or something. That way it just helps me cover my costs, hopefully for the app to give back what they want to build on social media as well. and it's really cool. I will tell you guys, like, subscribe a lot more through YouTube, I've noticed, than like other apps, at least as a creator, you know? So, kind of fun. Anyways, I'm all over the place. Let's see, someone said, John says, that wall's amazing. Thank you. So I was really excited. You guys know, if you followed my social medias for a while, particularly that Instagram, you know my dad's like my best friend and my absolute hero, right? Well, my dad's so darling. He has this amazing, beautiful garage in his house, and he has all his hats on the wall of the places that he's visited. And it's just this huge hat wall, like a big RV garage is full. And then he's got a tool bench, and he's got a couple fishing poles, and just kind of his own little like tool bench in this space, right? And I'm a total tomboy. Well, there's a whole story to this house, but my dad was a big part in it. And this garage that I'm sitting in is a probably 6-car garage. But I have enough room on this side, which is this, you know, where I park my truck, that I could put a toy hauler, you know, or whatever I wanted in here. I'll kind of show you guys a little bit about this. But you can see, so we actually did the exact same cabinets. Sorry, still getting over a cold. Exact same white cabinets that my dad has in his garage. We just got them from like Lowe's. They're the ones that just set in. And then we got the cabinet, or the countertop right here, again from Lowe's, and added that in. And then this wall right here, I would love to tell you I'm the handiest person alive. If I have time, I can figure stuff out. But, you know, as a single mom, I have to pick and choose what I can do. And creating content is like where I make the most money. So anyways, with the wall, that being said, I have this handyman. I told him, I said, I really want to do this wall. I want it to be epic. And he was like, you know what would be really cool is to do this. So I said I want a shiplap. He's like, what if we did like a burnt shiplap? And I'm like, that's pretty freaking cool. Like, I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna let you run on this. And I kind of looked at some of the lights. This was totally like, he was so creative on it. Gave me a few ideas, and I was like, this is amazing. So like, these lights are pretty rad. I'm not sure if you guys see those. Kind of like a more rustic look. I've got some benches over here. Old stools, thanks, Dad. I need to get some stools made still, but the girl's on a budget right now, given everything I've told you. And then we added my fly rods on here, which is really cool. The fly fishing is mostly my thing. My boys all like to fly fish a little bit, occasionally my oldest will, but they really, really like more of like a spin rod or the bait casters, and so that's kind of where we've been headed. Plus, to be totally transparent with you guys, is fly fishing is so fun. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Like, fly or die, right? Like, if you're a fly fisherman, you freaking know. Like, you're like, I'd way rather catch that fish on a fly. Like, there's something so amazing about catching a big ass fish on a fly that like you tied, or this tiny little fly, and you caught it and you read the river and you did it on that fly rod. Like, that's an amazing thing. I will tell you though, as a creator and as a business person, there's not much money in the fly fishing space. There's much more money from like partnerships or different things, if that's where you're going with like conventional tackle, or in the outdoor space with like guns and ammo and shooting and hunting. And that's kind of what I found. I went to my first SHOT Show this year, and I was like, wow, I was like fresh meat in the SHOT Show. Like, that's a whole other game than like the fly fishing shows, right? And same with like ICAST or these other big shows that have like conventional tackle. There's just a lot more there. It's a bigger space. Fly fishing is just a small little portion, right? Let's see, John, that's something I'd love to learn. I do a ton of open water. Fly looks relaxing and peaceful. Honestly, like fly fishing, let me give you my little pitch on fly fishing. Fly fishing, most people come to me and they're like, yeah, I'd love to learn how to fish, but it's not for me. I'm not patient. Like, I can't sit still. And I'm like, fly fishing's for you. Because you're not throwing power bait or something out there and you're leaving it. You are literally in the water. You're moving constantly. You're feeling the water run with your legs. You're, having to adjust your depth of your line. Add more weight or less weight. Figure out what the fish are eating. Are they eating nymphs below the surface, or are they eating dry flies on top of the surface? Are you going to throw a streamer a little bit thicker, throw that meat out there for those fish? What size of fly, do you need? All of these things are so important. And so that's why I love it. So if you are someone that is like debating on fly fishing, but you're like, I can't sit still, this is the one for you. Also, you guys know I've said this in a few videos, and I'm going to say it in probably every video, a few things. Okay, first of all, my grandpa Clark passed away not too long ago. And I have some of his hats. This one's my favorite. From the National Guard. He was in the National Guard for 36 years and received the highest honors, which is pretty freaking cool. And I was able to be there for him one of the last nights that he was alive, when he was on hospice, and I was able to stay the night with him, and it was such a beautiful experience just to be there. Didn't get to talk to him that night, But he raised my dad, who's my favorite human alive, and so, besides my children. But my dad, when my grandpa passed, was like, hey, what do you want from grandpa's house? And I said, I'd love some of his hats. Because if you guys have been listening to this video, you know that in my dad's garage, he has a bunch of hats. And I've told him, I was like, Dad, one day when you're gone, like, that's all I want. I just want your hats. Like, give me your hats. Oh, maybe the one fly rod he's got on his garage wall. Other than that, I was like, spend your money, do whatever you want, but give me those hats, you know? So this is really cool to me to have. And yes, I have a fly tying vise out here. I'd love to do that kind of stuff. But I'm just in the grind, you guys. Like, I love fishing. I love being a part of this, like, community. And it's truly, like, what my boys and I are all about. It's very authentic. It's very organic. It's very real for us. It is also a business for me, too. And so creating and doing content is a lot of work, especially when it's just me right now. You know, I've had a few people come on to help here and there, but, like, I need to really build out my team to do this. If you know the big creators out there, they've got, you know, videographers and editors and they've got all these things going on, or they're not like a single parent, and so they can do a little bit more. And so I kind of have to get a little creative about how I do stuff. When my babies were little, I did a lot of editing and things when I was, when they were like napping, or I'd have them in my arms and we'd do videos on, you know, computer or whatever, and they'd play and we'd do stuff, and or bedtime. Like, I didn't sleep very much for a few years because I was building social media profiles and pages and things. And it's not just something that's just like, you know, oh, boom, it happens. You got to work at it. It's a lot of work, but I've become pretty efficient at it, and so that's been fun. Okay, so someone just asked, I didn't see who it was, sorry, about what fly rods I have. So I actually didn't put my favorite fly rods up here. Truth be told, I haven't been, I've been in fly fishing shops, I've tried a few rods and reels, and I haven't really been able to try, like, all the new stuff. Everything I have is pretty old. And I don't have my favorite rods on the wall. Because why? Because usually I'm like I said, I'm like ready to go to the river. I just grab a rod off the wall and I go. And so I kind of put my cheaper ones here because a lot of times I'm either taking my kids, or I'm taking, what's really loud sound? Taking my kids, or I'm taking other people, and fly rods get broken. My favorite one I have is, I think, an H3. I love some of the Sage ones. I tried out the Bauer reels. Holy shit. Smooth as butter. Okay, there's one that's like $900, and like, if they could just sponsor me and send me a few, I would be stoked on life. But I've been debating on sending all the fly rod companies and fly fishing companies, you know, emails. Hey, like, send me your gear. Let me try it. I'd love to just do a trial on, you know, some of my favorites. Like, I don't know where you guys will land, but if you want to send me some gear to trial on YouTube, great. And I need to do that as well. It's another reason why I need, like, an assistant or someone, because I could just tell them these ideas and be like, hey, get it done. It just adds to the list. But that's not like money in my pocket. That's just what gear do I like? And I have to be really, like, conscious about those types of decisions right now. But I will tell you that I have a lot of Orvis gear. I'm on the Pro Deal. I think I still am. Have been for a few years. Cortland line there as well. I actually emailed their guy the other day about sending me a ton of line for, I want to redo a lot of our rods and reels in here. We have a bunch of old, like, line, and it needs to be updated. If you guys don't update your line on the regular, you really need to, because then you go out to fish and it's just like, it breaks and it's just crappy. So you gotta update your line. And that's one thing that, like, I know my boys would enjoy doing with me. They love going through their tackle boxes and setting up rods and reels. So, like, that's one thing we need to do together. Let me see what I got on here. I got, let's see. These aren't even in, like, don't judge me. These aren't even in, like, any particular, like, orders necessarily. But I've got, like, the Sage one right here. Dusty. It's been sitting there. Most of these are 9 foot. 5 or 6 weight is what I typically have here in Utah. I have some 8 and 10 weight rods too. My favorite one is a 3 foot, or a 9 foot 3 weight. It's a Helios 2. It's old, but it's snapped. And I still have to send that to Orvis to fix because it's been like a year and a half and I forgot to send it. Anyways, hi. Welcome to my life. It pays to go through your garage. I went to my garage the other day and I have, like, all these extra rods up there in cases. And I realized how many rods and reels I had in there that were, like, nice. And I was like, oh, didn't even know I had these. Whoa! What happens? I literally, guys, if you want to know who I am in, like, real life, I am going a million miles a minute. Like, I wear people out because I'm so busy and I'm so nonstop and I'm so, like, driven. Like, when I say relentless mama or relentless angler, it's because I'm literally the most relentless human you'll ever meet. I will not fail.